Blessings, YouTubers, and everybody across the world of the nations that listen to the sound vibration of the Holy Ruach inside of me. Welcome. We are at Haarp-Cern MK Ultra Mind Mutations. Again, Haarp-Cern MK Ultra Mind Mutations. If you've been with me on Facebook, then you know we've talked about how there's no such thing as sleep. You're put into a trance and ideas are downloaded or uploaded into you. Downloaded is self-explanatory. That's the parallel universe of what we call beneath the earth and the waters underneath the earth. They can only download. But if you have the higher frequency, the chakra auras of the crown chakra of the all-seeing eye, the one and only true living God, the all-seeing eye of Israel, Israel. See? And that's what we're going to get into. That's what we're going to be focusing on. The truth of the power of the vibrations that we speak may manifest by the universe. So, as we get down to the business, as we discuss the matter at hand, take a look at the screen. You'll see what has been taught to us, the solar eclipse, but that's a black sun when all things are in line. These are things that we talked about. Mind control. You were taught what you think you see, what you think you know, you don't. So as we scroll down, let there be light. There's a glory form of a light shining, which is not the sun, but we learned that God used the sun as a tent. Is where Amun-Ra comes from. But once he leaves it, that's self-explanatory in the days and times that we are living in right now. So as we get right through it and we show you that CERN and HAARP are using the fabrication of the cosmos while people run around talking about a Mandela effect when things are implanted into your mind. Once you take the mind of something, which is the head, the body will follow. Self-explanatory, right? Revelations chapter 9 went over. He opened the bottomless pit. Fire, smoke, and furnace came out of it, and the atmosphere began to be dark. What are we talking about? Locusts came out. We showed a video earlier, here, YouTube, and Facebook, of these very things right now. But look what they call the black sun. Verse 11. They have a king over them, the angel of the abyss, the bottomless pit, Hebrew name Abaddon, which means destruction. And in Greek, Apollyon, which is destroyer. Let's take a look, some clips real quick. Just quickly, real quick.
It's definitely happening on the sun. And they keep telling us, oh, it's just sunspots. But this was a feed they cut, and a black cube came out of the sun. Look at that right there. That's when they glitched and they turned off the feed. A black cube came from the sun. You're going to see it here. Once again, we're going to show you it. What are these objects doing coming out of the sun? And remember, they released footage that there was a gigantic hole in the sun, and somehow these holes just randomly disappear from the sun. How is this happening? The sun must be hollow, and there must be beings living in the sun. The Aztecs said deities descended from the sun and came down upon earth. How do we know that's not still happening? Here are some crazy sounds that's just released of Earth's magnetic field.
See, so those of you that was with us earlier, you heard those sounds only the earth or the geo or the metrics or the gematria can make. Moving right along, let's investigate.
Right there, it was two holes on the sun. The same time that something was flying towards it. So like I said, the sun is seeming to be a central point now for where a lot of major events are going down. And it's not just them saying like, oh, it can take you out, it can kill you. It's so many things going on. And I'm going to get deep down into this whole situation here. As we said, the sun deities and everything else, the Aztec people always talked about it. And we're even going to get deeper than this, because today we're diving down deeper than basically what we've been doing. This people are sending in images of other stuff that literally looks like a sun, but we don't really know what it is. And like I said, Helios, he was another sun deity that basically rode through the sky. That they said these are like ancient coins right here they're showing. So they tell you, they put the theory out that the earth is hollow, and they've let us be entertained with it. And you're looking at ancient looking maps and stuff like.
So, as above, so below. Also, we heard that from Michael Dean Scott of Hawaii. Aloha, blessings. Here's your last prophetic presentation of confirmation. Now, we in 2022, we talked about what 2023 would bring. Oh, let's make peace of the fake war between UK, Russia, etc., Iraq, or Syria, all that. All right. They're already in cahoots of the New World Order since the first Bush. All right. Quit playing. So you see the agendas. So now this fake peace thing is really a great tribulation calling, CULLING, against the righteous. And they're going to be drinking their blood and eating them and, doing what they do, like the prophetic prophecies say, because these are the wax worse days as before the great coming of the judgment of the great Most High. And so we've been living in these days just clueless, going day to day, pattern to pattern, like the Matrix, and it's time to choose, no pill, but what path are you going to take? So if the cosmos is telling us that the great Most High is coming and those that don't like him is warring against him, like for real, with their little weapons and toys that the Watchers taught them. These same Watchers went to war. Remember, the dragon and his angels fought Michael and they lost. Keep that in mind. They lost the war. These same things is telling mankind, you know what I'm saying? They little instrumental tools and stuff. So Armageddon, they're going to lose again. I mean, it's just common sense, as above, so below. But let's get into detail of how these prophetic manifestations of what Christ spoke, not BC. BC is a copy of what Christ did. So let's see in our time, how is it coming to play?
Right now, directly as we speak, and this critical knowledge will advance how you react in the future.
Well, Gab, it's happened over two separate events, last Friday and again this Monday that just passed. But essentially what's happened is that 500 pilot whales have been...
Oh, they mad like that, y'all? All right, I gotta reset, man. All right, so this is what we're gonna do right here. When we get super deep, see YouTube, y'all not really used to that, but you're going to get it, when the principalities, you call them the AI system or the bots, when we get real super deep into things, they try to shoot a bug at y'all's distraction. I have the truth already. I commune with the Most High. So, our attention span, when distractions come, we just get off the page. So for the faithful few that kept on, going, the Most High gonna bless you for that. So, I'm on Wi-Fi. There's no reason why, none of this should be happening. And as I said on Facebook, we went to the phone company. Companies say that, well, that's the social media platforms that you are on. They ain't got nothing to do with us and our signal. So you see, folks, sometimes what you call your device going haywire, it has many spirits in it. And we have to have the mind to be able to discern what's going on, because the true church get persecuted. Feel me? So I plead the blood of Yeshua against all things and bind up any distractions and evil forces and let the message go forth.
You just stumbled upon a channel that you don't see.
Amen.
Let's get...
It's happened over two separate events, last Friday and again this Monday that just passed. But essentially what's happened is that 500 pilot whales have become stranded on separate incidents, as I say, on the Friday and the Monday, around 230 on the Friday and then a further 245 on the Monday. And what we don't know is why.
Mr. Quake was followed by a strong aftershock just 1 minute later.
One resident said that her dogs were acting strangely about 10 seconds before the quake hit.
Today is the next day of the HAARP experiment, making the invisible visible, called Ghost in the Airglow. Notice the strange name of that, and notice that we also will have an eclipse coming, and even after this eclipse, we shall be affected by these after effects. So I need everyone tuning in to listen like your life depends on it, because it does. Ghost in the Airglow is an ionospheric transmission art project using HAARP ionospheric research instrument to play with liminal boundaries of outer space, which is usually the sky. This is right here, them using artificial glow experiments on the sky. This footage you're seeing. And check it out, we got more coming up, October footage. This
still don't think that you was put into a trance. Implanted, all of us. Before I go any further, I had to play that introduction. We'll come back to that. I've shared a thing a day or two ago before we started teaching on it with my guy you about to see right here, Jamal Rashad. Now, he confirmed what the Lord made us prophesy, saying that, you know, the big thing about Y2K was to enter us into the metaverse. But they say into the world, you know, stupid distraction type stupid stuff. Okay? So there was a 2000 BCE and there was a 2000 BC. That's 4,000 years already. All right? And then there's us, you know, almost 2,000 years after Christ. AD. See what I'm saying? So, you know, these numbers can't lie like the Most High. Numbers don't lie. And so when you listen that, oh, shoot, wait a minute. You mean Y2K was to hook my mind up in the real solar system and plug me up to lies because they knew how to fabricate thoughts into the stars, which is your ether, is your soul. It's not a star. It's actually the flames of fire. Hebrews 1, verse number 7 be talking about. That minister, no, twinkle, twinkle, that's you, you know, the righteous. And so he's going to say it from his way that the guiding spirit gave him the enlightenment. But you're going to see that we're going to come together. And the celestial beings of the Elohim is the watchers of watchers. Then there's the watchers, you know, the benevolent ones, you know, the mean ones, you know. And so when we understand the true Star Wars story, right, that's the gospel. All right. So watch.
The full focus in 95. So let's find out why. All right. The new target was to be the realm of Atlantis with the black and Latinos, aka the God species, being the main focus. Now, y'all need to listen to this. Put y'all circle emojis the fuck on. It's finna get deep right here. Most are unaware of the great invasion of 1995 because it was wiped away from the conscious and subconscious via gamma waves that were heavily emitted via TV and radio towers. Okay? These gamma waves were purposely fired into the atmosphere to bleach the memories of the masses. All right? The planet's entrance into the Y2K gateway further helped to erase any few lingering memories that might have been left behind. All right, now check this out. A lot of people don't know that in the year between the year 1993 and 95, the planet was invaded by advanced intelligent beings from a different planet or different dimension, right? Different dimension, different reality, different planet, different galaxy, different universe, right? But these beings was us, Anunnaki gods and goddesses. So, back home, your ancestors have been trying to save you a long time. All right, they have been trying to communicate with you all since the first invasion in 1492. So they have sent people down here to warn you, to talk to you all. They have tried to communicate with you all as animals. They have been doing this all the time. They have always been trying to reach out to you. But a lot of you aren't tapped in to receive the frequencies. Now we are being more tapped in because we were forced to be upgraded after December 21st, 2020. Okay, but in 1993, all right.
So, ionosphere is where the satellites are, which beam rays into the little CERN machine you call television, and you might see what you think what appears is not what's really the reality of what's going on. So while you're looking left, something on the subconsciousness in the inner heart of the inner soul of the chakra energies are being tapped and fabricated while you looking at archetypes and figurines like we go over with religion. There's no Michael, there's no none of that. There's no Osiris, there's only one spirit, the Most High. That's it. I don't care what you say. Everything else is a what? A Tyler Perry and an Eddie Murphy. It's him playing everybody. The wicked, the good, the evil, the benevolent, malevolent, all that. Period. Once you rise to the higher occasion, you know, with the Most High. I can't give you this knowledge. You have to be embedded in your chakra heart with it, as the gospel say. I am put my word in every man's heart chakra. So let's get back to the video over here where we talk about radio waves and how they just shot you like comments and wishing upon a star type ordeal. But that's the machine. That's the AI. That's the artificial intelligence. You know what I'm saying? And the Bill Gates of hell, Uncle Bill, you know what I'm saying? And the watchers of that lost the war and their type of intelligence. Really? You think they're going to win? Ha, that's funny. But anyway, again, the ones that lost the battle are talking to the ones that we call leaders, rich folks, entertainers, politicians, stuff like that. You know, the book said the serpent seed, or, you know, those that roll with Antichrist. Period. All right. So as we understanding in our time today of the deception and the illusions of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Yeah. Right now. The falling away of the church. It got nothing to do with the rock building. The falling away of the Holy Spirit entering into human bodies. That's scarce right now. All right. With all the sex, the drugs, and everything going on around, you know what I'm saying, and on TV. You ain't even got to go out the door. We used to say, well, you know, you got to go outside your door. Not no more with the internet. All you need is an electrical device. Boom, sin city around here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's different from, you know, where we were because we entered the metaverse in Y2K. They decide to tell us this 20 some odd years later. But really, you was already plugged up. That's why it was a big ordeal for them. Y2K, the computer is not going to read us. What the hell does a computer number got anything to do with us going 8,000 years across the land? Not a god doggone thing, because there wasn't no computers in the beginning running man. See what I'm saying? Simplicity and foolishness we trust, and all lies. But when the truth roll up in front of our face, we can't handle it.
This is what they do in this experiment. They create false auroras, creating soft glowing spots in the sky. And these signals are articulated by whoever the artist is receiving it from the Haarp facility to then tamper with the atmosphere. Strange things are said to be felt around the world and in the atmosphere because they're using these transmission lines to project whatever beings or whatever energy that they want you to feel. You may not believe it, but there is some paranormal stuff that is involved with all of these energetic waves that they're about to get ready to pull out on the world. And literal dramatic world changes are about to follow as they amplify these effects, because it will rattle
Black
the
sun,
atmosphere.
they would say solar eclipse.
This year, they're setting up something direly strange. Haarp is in the atmosphere, literally doing an artificial glow experiment. And at the same time, they're going to have a solar eclipse where these paranormal things begin, and hence, with a solar fake sun. So, what are they going to try to blast down on us? We're going to talk about those direct effects that you need to be watching for so you're prepared to get ready, because things are about to get paranormal.
The day before, and now this morning, October 21st, radiation. That must be radiation, guys.
If you look down closely there's a little green area in the atmosphere. This guy believes that we are experiencing more sun radiation. And if we got more artificial sun radiation, you need to clean up. In that last video, I told you what happens to your skin.
I reached out to a physicist up in Washington, D.C., and I actually showed him your video. And I said, this is what Stephen Jackson has put out. And I said, what do you make of this? So he's looking at it, and he tells me like this here, and I actually wrote some of the notes down what he says. He says, we have a lot of activity, high intensity flares and eruptions that are happening on the sun right now. He said, although it's not my area of expertise, he said, I do know the guys that specifically are dealing with what's going on the sun. So he said, what I came away with was that they're looking at the sun is going to eject an object from it. They believe it'll happen around 2030. He said, but it's going to be ejected from the sun and it's going to come towards Earth. He said, as if it were a giant meteorite or an asteroid or something of that effect there.
I captured an awesome solar storm today, an ongoing battle between the sun's changing magnetic.
So a guy just recorded this today, and if you look at it, you can see the high sun spike right there. This same footage was like this early in the year of 2022, but guess what was captured right next to it? It looked like some type of object was harnessing or hovering right next to the sun. Now ask yourself, you're going to see closer footage and it's going to show you that there's a little dot right there. What can actually sit next to the sun this close? What technology can actually...
Ophanim, in case nobody was wondering,
actually do this.
You know, ophanim is like that.
Something is going on above the sun, and they're hiding a lot from us. This footage, incredible footage.
Now, remember he said that what the radiation do to your skin? Now, here in Florida, I'm going to play the news clip.
Shows
Hold on, man. This thing is playing around.
And maybe even gathering energy from the sun at this point.
All right. Now, I'm going to put flesh, skin, eating bacteria. All right, here we go. They're going to blame on the water. It's not, man. The water it's like a glass. When these rays and radiation hit the water, what happened to sunlight when it hit the mirror? It reflect and blind the hell out of you because them ultraviolet rays is hitting your hind part. So if water acts like glass, you see what I'm saying? Hold on, let me put Florida residents. Now the computer want to act like he don't know what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? So when we come into unity, brothers and sisters, I know what's going down. You can't trick me. I know this is an actual news clip. It just happened. You know what I'm saying? They talking about it big, but it's not the flood waters. You know, you want to blame Ian and all that. No. It's the ultraviolet rays that my man just right here. See, look at this. Sea surge in flesh-eating bacteria. Y'all see this? This is something serious, y'all. This ain't like, you know what I'm saying, marbles of philosophy reaching for some followers. No, man, this is a real deal. This is radiation cooking folks. So, you know, I'm going to bring you the truth. Where Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12 say, you know, their skin going to burn, their eyes going to corrode in their mouth, in the back of their eye sockets, and their tongue going to corrode away. Man, only radiation do that. All right. And we live in these days right now, getting ready for Judgment Day. So I'm just going to prove this right here. This little clip real quick, 2 minutes, and you decide yourself. You run your own soul with salvation, trembling, fear. I'm BC.
Florida has seen an increase in cases of flesh-eating bacteria this year. The bacteria thrives in floodwater.
And because of that, as West 2's Amanda Dukes reports, officials believe the surge is being driven in the county hit hardest by Hurricane Ian.
Parts of Florida hit hardest by Hurricane Ian are seeing nearly double the normal number of infections from a flesh-eating bacteria that thrives in coastal floodwaters. According to the Florida Department of Health, so far in 2022, Florida has seen 65 cases and 11 deaths from the bacterium. That compares with 34 cases and 10 deaths in 2021. The only Central Florida counties with reported cases this year are Brevard with 2 cases and no deaths, and Seminole with 1 case and 1 death. Compare that to Lee County, where Hurricane Ian made landfall. It has 29 cases and 4 deaths. UCF professor Dr. Salvador Almagro Moreno is an expert in flesh-eating bacteria. He says considering the expansive flooding from Ian, he's not surprised at the spike.
People that might not be in contact with bacterium during normal times because of the water.
Now, your immune system is built by the Most High, well, authorized to do what it do. So with this understanding, if you see that they're the ones that make storms by Haarp-Cern, DARPA, all of these things, and NASA and whatever else they got, all right, then they're controlling these ultraviolet rays that's reflecting off of all waters and bouncing and magnifying right back into our bodies. On top of the 5G and everything else, radiation man-made, that consistently your body is being hit by, even while you sleep. Let that marinate, all right? I'm BC the Tishvite, BC the Hebrew. Give you the truth here. If you like it, please subscribe and share to anybody. The truth. Maybe you could tell them better than what we did. Shalom, blessings. All praise to the Most High. Peace and blessings, everybody.